Hello, and welcome to DevOps Quick Bites with me, Rob Cowell. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at Salesforce Sandboxes and how they can contribute to transforming your DevOps lifecycle. So if you've ever wondered how the best Salesforce developers avoid costly mistakes, the answer often lies with Salesforce Sandboxes. Sandboxes are isolated environments that allow you to configure, develop, and test without impacting your production environment. You can also use them to get a head start on future Salesforce releases. With types like Developer, Developer Pro, Partial, and Full Copy, each different type of sandbox serves a different and unique purpose in your development lifecycle. Getting started with Sandboxes is also easier than you think. Let's have a quick run through now of how to set up a new Salesforce Sandbox. Setting up a brand new sandbox is as simple as going to your production environment, going to the Setup menu, and searching for Sandboxes. Click on the link there, and we can see the different types of Salesforce Sandbox that are available to us and how many of each type according to our license. This is going to vary from your org to my org and what edition of Salesforce you're on, the number of licenses that have been bought for you, but generally you'll see a familiar interface. What you'll see here is that I've previously created a sandbox, so optionally I could actually clone that sandbox to get a complete copy. But for today's session, we're going to create a brand new Salesforce sandbox. We click the New Sandbox button, we give it a name, not a very original name, but a name nevertheless, and best practice, always give it a description so that we know what that sandbox is being used for or who it's being used by, or something meaningful that helps you identify it. So here, I'm going to type demo sandbox, and we are creating a copy from production. Again, a reminder of the different types of sandbox that are available to us and what they bring to the table in terms of differing capacities and what types of metadata and data that they potentially can contain. I'm going to keep things very simple here. I'm just going to go for a developer sandbox. So I am going to click next. Now, at this screen, we can optionally choose to run an Apex class after that sandbox has been created. This can be sometimes useful for automating tasks such as automated configuration or setting up sample test data, etc. There are better ways of doing that, I'll be honest, but it is an option that is available to us. I'm not going to make use of it this time. I'm just going to jump in and create that sandbox. Now, as you can see, the status of that here, if I zoom in a little for you, is pending, and it's in the queue. It does take a little while for Salesforce Sandboxes to copy all of your metadata across, even in this fairly empty sandbox. But we will leave that running. Rest assured that when that is complete, it sends you an email to say that the sandbox is complete and ready to be activated by logging in. So let's return to talking a little more about some of the things that you can do with sandboxes. So integrating those sandboxes into your DevOps pipeline is an absolute game changer. It allows your teams to develop, test, and deploy without impacting the production environment and makes your workflow far more efficient. The true power of sandboxes comes when you apply a little bit of automation. For example, data masking sensitive data so that you can still test without exposing records, or perhaps automating your unit tests, or even managing your environment of sandboxes to begin with. Why don't you let me know in the comments some of the cool things that you've been doing with sandboxes that take your deployments to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get more DevOps Quick Bites on other DevOps topics. And until then, keep on deploying, and I'll see you for the next episode.